Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
And thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Another jam-packed day full of fun and frivolity. And, a little bit of apocalypse mixed in here and there. But certainly not the other way around. It's going to be mostly fun.
Oh, wow. Is that a promise that you're making?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's an aspiration, I think, is what I would call it.
It's
an aspiration.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. Yesterday, Joe Biden, this is going to surprise some people. He was awkward again. Wait, what? Not this president. You're not talking about the president of the United States of America, right? This time, he arrived at a fire station in Philadelphia.
Okay. Oh my gosh. What is... Okay, there's four things there.
Yeah,
four
all right.
Things.
Thing one.
First we get...
The way he walks.
We get the fake jog.
Yeah.
Then we get... Okay, so maybe there's five. The awkward walk. Mm-hmm. Then he dutifully gets to his spot they probably have taped to the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's saluting. And then it's absolutely incoherent, whatever he just
Okay.
Literally 5 things in 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Here he comes. It's asinine. It's so weird and stupid.
Is that what did he say? What? I don't know. Play the last... Okay, play.
Yeah, the fake jog.
Listen.
Or he stumbled. Coup d'etat. Coup d'etat.
Good-looking crowd?
Good-looking crowd.
Okay, all right. Now that
That's our leading candidate right now.
Now that we're wired to hear, look at that crowd, let's hear it one more time. No.
I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
think so.
You don't think that's good-looking crowd?
No, because he started with different...
It's a contender, but I'm not sure if that's a stumble or a fake jog at the very beginning.
Oh, wait. Now you're...
He might have almost... Okay. Gosh. I don't know. Hard to say.
Cooler than crap.
Kuda Mata?
Oh, Hakuna Matata. Yes, we got there.
Corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob.
Hakuna Matata.
Where's your bell, man?
Hakuna Matata. Corn on the cob.
Yeah.
Good-looking crowd. I don't know.
Ding, 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 ding.
Maybe corn on the cob.
Corn on the cob. I'm going with corn on the cob. There it is. Thank you. Corn on the cob. Survey says.
Corn on the cob. And once again.
Oh, no.
He's at a fire station, so what would you suspect would be his line of thinking and the story he tells?
Trains.
One of many, many lies. The cranes? No.
No, trains.
Trains. Trains.
I mean, that was a good guess, right?
It was a good guess. It was. Because that could happen anytime, anywhere.
I know.
He loves that story so much. But it was actually, of course, the fire story. This house nearly burned down. It nearly killed his wife.
Oh, no.
It almost burned down his Corvette and all the secret documents he was stashing.
That would have been the problem.
It almost burned down the neighborhood. I don't know. It was like the Chicago fire of 1900, whatever that was. All right, let's see what he had to say.
It also saved my home and my wife's life. When I was away, it was the last day that the most famous guy doing Meet the Press
What does that even mean?
in Washington, D.C., and I was doing the program. And what happened was there was a lightning struck a little pond behind my house, hit a wire, came up through the basement of my home, and 3 stories, and the smoke literally ended up being that thick. Literally that thick. You've seen it, you guys.
Look, guys.
I wasn't there.
It was that.
I wasn't
And
there,
my
but
wife
it was that
there,
thick.
and my dog and my cat, and my '67 Corvette.
And my
But all kidding aside, they saved my wife and got her out. Saved my home.
Got her out. They got her out. It was that bad. It was so bad. Almost everyone in town died that day. It was the day the town almost died.
And man of the people with that 67 Corvette almost burning up.
Right.
That would have been tragic.
Yeah, wouldn't it? wouldn't it?
So there's a lot there.
There's a lot there.
But you know what? As you alluded to, not the first time he's told this story.
No.
Yeah, on our own Chris Cruz, right? He actually went through and found this morning all of the times he's told the story. I don't even think this is an exhaustive.
It's probably not all the times. That would be impossible.
And there's some in here we haven't heard.
We do have some of the stories. Okay, good.
You got to see
All
this.
right. Let's hear it.
Jill and I have not gone through
Nice masks.
what you have gone through, but we have had lightning strike our home and almost lose our home. And we only lost about 25% of it. We were able to rebuild.
Oh, wow.
I didn't anything like that, but lightning struck my house. We had to be out of that house for about 7 months while it was repaired because so much damage was done to the house.
Sure.
Half the house almost collapsed.
It was half now.
I was
I thought it was 25%.
I was doing Meet the Press, and
World's most
lightning
famous guy.
struck a little pond behind my house, came up through the ground.
The wire.
into
Yeah, the wire. Where's
air
the wire?
conditioning system.
Don't leave the wire
Ended
out.
up generating thick black smoke, literally.
Literally.
That above
How does he
proportions.
know how
From the
thick
basement
I
to
know.
the third floor.
I've never heard that
The
before.
attic, everything was ruined.
Everything
and
was ruined.
kitchen
Everything.
floor. We almost
Kitchen
lost a couple
floor.
firefighters, they
Whoa.
tell me.
Almost
My fire
lost a couple
department
firefighters.
Saved my life, literally, not figuratively. My house got struck by lightning.
Was there wire,
and,
a pond?
mostly
He wasn't
burned
there.
down.
How did it save his life?
Rebuilt. Saved.
He was
the
freaking
smoke was
there.
so thick, Gov.
Look.
It was literally that
Whoa,
thick.
it's getting thicker.
And you couldn't see through the windows or out the windows.
Right.
And the floors were collapsing. These guys went in and did two things.
Wow.
Mostly importantly, got
amazing.
my wife out. I was in Washington when it happened.
I thought you nearly
and
died.
saved
Yeah.
our cat. But equally
Wait.
important, almost not equally, but important. I had a 67 Corvette they got out. Lightning struck in a pond behind my house, went up underneath conduit,
There's a wire.
caught
The wire.
caught fire underneath
wire.
the floorboards of my house.
He's forgetting
And
about the
it was
wire.
during the summer, air conditioning was on, smoke that thick, all three stories. The reason I can show you that is because every piece of furniture had to be replaced because of the smoke. Guess
Every
what?
piece of furniture.
My fire company was
Guess
there
what?
to go in and
Guess what?
save my wife, get her out,
Get her
the
out.
cat, and my 67 Corvette. We didn't
You
lose
got
our
the
whole
Corvette
home.
out?
Lightning struck, and we lost
Okay.
an awful lot of it. About
lot of
15 years ago.
Was it
I
25%,
don't want
50,
to
or an awful lot? Which is it?
Pair of difficulties, but we
Oh,
have
gosh,
a little
in
sense,
Maui.
Jill and I.
Oh, this ass.
Yo,
what it's like
my
to lose
gosh.
a home.
That's unreal.
Sorry, Nana.
Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press.
And there was a cat.
It was a sunny Sunday.
Sunny Sunday.
Lightning struck
And a
at
wire.
home.
Lightning struck
On
in a
little
clear
lake
blue
just
sky.
outside
That's
of our
weird.
home.
Oh, it's a lake
big
now.
Pond.
Oh, that's a big
Pond.
pond. Okay.
Lake,
Hit
lake
the
pond,
wire.
the pond,
It came
lake.
up underneath
Straight,
our
Jack.
home.
Hit a wire
Into the heating
into
duct,
the heating,
the air conditioning duct.
air conditioning.
that's so
heating,
Make a
important,
long
bro.
story short,
Too late.
almost lost
Too late.
my
Yeah.
wife,
Sorry.
my 67
wife,
Corvette,
My cat.
my cat.
Corvette.
And I haven't had a house burned down with my
Jeez.
wife in it. She got out safely, God willing. But
God
having
willing?
the
Oh, it's already
significant
happened,
portion
so-
of burn, I can tell 10 minutes makes a hell of a difference.
I got a phone call one day, Gov.
Pause it.
I was
Take
down.
the
There's a concept. 10 minutes makes a difference with a fire? What do you mean? You don't just sit around? I'll call eventually. About 10 minutes from
10
now,
minutes from now?
I'll
Yeah.
give the fire station a call, see if they can come over and help out with it.
I thought you boys wanted a challenge, so I let it burn for about 10 extra minutes.
Yeah, because I didn't think that would make a difference. I guess it does in retrospect. All right, let's-
We're watching this and we're yucking it up, and I had forgotten that he said that story in Maui.
yeah. Yeah,
This guy-
that's bad. Really bad.
All right.
More.
I was down doing Meet the Press on a Sunday. I commuted every day when I was a senator from
we know.
Delaware.
We got it.
to
Rain and
Washington.
Ange and all that
50 miles a
crap.
day. And I was rarely down there on a Sunday, but I was doing Meet the Press. I got a phone call.
Take your mask off.
Lightning strike hit. I live on a little pond, a 10-acre pond.
Little pond, a 10-acre
Borders my
pond.
Is it a
property.
big pond or a little
Hit a
lake?
conduit in the side of the
There's
hill.
the wire.
Went up
Now,
underneath and
Kitchen,
set
floor.
and fire the internal part of my house.
Was the air
so the air
on?
conditioning just was bellowing out smoke.
Oh,
My
wow.
fire company came, the smoke was so thick, not a joke.
Not a
No,
joke.
it's not a joke.
You
Yeah.
could not see
A lot of
into their
people
house
joke about
from
fires.
the basement floor
but
all the way
I'm
to
not
the third
joking.
floor. Not a single thing. And my fire service,
Bizarre.
They saved my wife.
They saved my life even though I wasn't there.
And my 67 Corvette didn't burn.
Okay.
It also saved my home and my wife's life. When I was away, it was the last day that the most famous guy doing Meet the Press.
What is that most famous guy?
What are you talking about?
Okay, so that's...
And
The most famous guy
what
doing
happened
Meet
was,
the
there
Press.
was a lightning struck a little pond behind my house.
Yeah, we know.
Hit a wire, came up through the basement of
Was
my
it above
home
ground, though, or
in
underground?
3 stories, and the smoke
I don't
literally
understand.
ended up being that
How thick was it?
Literally
okay,
that
so
thick. You've
we're talking
seen it.
foot and a
You guys
half,
have seen it.
2 feet thick.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Smoke.
He wasn't
And
there.
my wife was there.
How did they
My-
save your life then?
My dog and my cat.
Did they?
My 67 Corvette.
Oh, look,
And a
the
67.
but
dog doesn't
inside.
always get mentioned. I
He
don't think
saved
he
my
likes
wife.
the dog.
Got her out.
We know the
Saved
dog
my
doesn't
home.
like him.
Got it out. Got my home out of my home in the burning fire, in the fire that burned. That day that my house and my wife and my cat and my car almost died.
Carl, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay.
Almost all of them died.
So
That's incredible.
Right,
First
right.
of all, he keeps saying, or doesn't say, it's they saved him. The thickness varies of the smoke. It was lightning on a clear, sunny day. What?
does he just forget Tim Russert's name, by the way?
Yes.
The most
Yes.
famous guy
Yes.
doing Meet the Press.
Right, exactly.
Remember him?
That's why he's the most famous guy for Meet the Press, because he couldn't possibly come up with the name Tim Russert. Too difficult. Too tough. I mean, that is unreal. Do we have any idea? Chris did a little research to try to find.
Yeah. So let's play one
The
of those
real deal.
One of those clips in there that we hadn't heard before. Clip 25, Joe, if you would, please.
Everything was ruined. And the kitchen floor, we almost lost a couple firefighters, they tell me.
Almost lost a couple firefighters, they tell me.
Wow. Now, God bless our firefighters.
Wow.
But you don't need to be exaggerating stuff there, Joe.
Yeah. Especially not life and death
Yeah,
things.
exactly. And so, as you alluded to, Chris Cruz did a little digging in the old newspaper archives. Delaware News Journal, August 2nd, 2004. Little excerpt from that story. What do you see in there?
Let's see. There were no injuries, and firefighters kept the fire contained to one room.
I thought it was half. It nearly crumbled down around them.
Well, it was 25% to start with. Then it was half. Then it ruined everything in the house.
And I think one of these clips on that montage,
Jeez.
back when he was in New Mexico, play that clip, if you would, Joe. What did he say? He almost died? Did we hear that right? I don't know.
My fire department saved my life.
Saved his life. Literally, not figuratively.
My house got
Okay,
struck by
that's it.
lightning.
All right, literally.
Literally saved his life.
But you were
Because-
with the most famous guy down in Washington.
Yeah, but they got me out of the interview because he was asking hard questions. So I called 911.
Yeah.
And I said, "Help me. I'm talking to the most famous guy at Meet the Press."
And they said, "This
and
is-"
he asked me hard questions. So they came and got me
Wow.
out of there.
Right there.
So I gotta ask because
Saved my life.
this show is very fair.
Yeah.
So how many Pinocchios does this get?
How many Pinocchios?
So we got 4 or 4 on fire.
Oh, well, I mean, there was a
Wow.
fire.
There was a fire, so it can't be all Pinocchios, right?
Although
Okay.
I'd love to see the fire would work with the fire.
But
I know. I was hoping we'd get Pants on Fire, but I don't think it
he
does.
lied about so many things. So we got to give him at least 3 out of 4 Pinocchios.
out of 40.
Oh,
Wow.
No. I'd say 4.
Would you?
Because you're saying, because it goes up to 4 on fire.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I'd
so
say
you can
4
do
out of
4,
5.
but just not.
Not
See-
on fire.
See,
Yeah.
that
All right. I like that. I can be persuaded on this.
Yeah.
So
Me
4.
too. 4.
Just not on fire.
Not
Take
on
the fire off.
Yeah, take the fire.
Take the fire. Then,
There.
okay.
Right. Let's be fair.
Don't want to be unfair.
Don't
Yeah,
want to
I
be
mean-
unfair.
I mean, they were on fire, and then the firemen showed up, and now it's
And
just
then
the 4.
It's just
Yeah.
4.
Yeah.
This guy sucks so much.
He's such a lying sack that, I mean, you seriously can't trust anything he says. If he tells you the sky is blue, go look for yourself because it might not be true. It may not be true. It's just crazy. Wow. Then he told a barely comprehensible story about Ronald Reagan
What is he saying?
helping him out when he was a senator.
Okay, all right, cool.
I had cranial aneurysm,
Yeah.
I wasn't. It was in the middle of a snowstorm.
Right.
Not a joke.
Not a joke.
Couldn't figure out how.
Why is it always not? Nobody thinks it
President Reagan
is.
was nice enough to send Air Force Helicopter One, take me down, but it couldn't fly.
Helicopter One.
What? We couldn't remember the name of Marine One. That was too much for
It's
him.
not Helicopter One?
No, it's not Helicopter One. It is not.
I mean, the President of the United States just said it's Helicopter One.
Okay, well,
What do you...
then it must be Helicopter One. I stand corrected on Helicopter One.
Oh, so many times throughout this man's illustrious career. We almost lost him. We could have, they had the guy endorsing him. Remember that guy yesterday saying
The old guy, the
I
old
shouldn't do
crotchety guy.
this.
Yeah, he should have.
Could have saved us.
That guy saddled the country with this douchebag.
And I learned a new fun fact for me anyway this morning. Chris was telling me the plane isn't Air Force One, right? It's just
the plane aren't Air Force One or
Any
Air Force
plane
Two.
the president rides in
it's just called that.
Air
becomes
Force One.
Air Force One.
Call
Yes.
sign.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't it though?
Yeah, unlike
you-
Joe.
You could take a Spirit flight, and it's Air Force One if he was on it, which would never happen, of course. All right, let me take a minute and tell you about Undertack, because most guys spend more than half their day sitting, and all of us have been irritated by uncomfortable boxers at some point that need constant adjusting. There's nothing worse than that. You just feel like garbage the whole day. Undertack is not your typical men's boxers. They're made with modal. Think of that like cotton, just way better. 50% more moisture wicking, antibacterial, and way softer. So comfortable. Undertack stays in place with a really sturdy but comfortable extra wide waistband, and the fly design is brilliantly straightforward. Undertack is durable, it's ultra lightweight, fade resistant, and shrink resistant. And the best part, they're 25% less and come with twice the satisfaction guarantee of the competition. If that's not enough, they also donate a portion of their profits to organizations that actively are in the fight against human trafficking. So get a drawer full today. Undertack.com. Great Christmas gift for that man in your life. Undertack.com. Get 20% off site-wide when you use my offer code PAT20. Exceptional comfort, twice the guarantee at a fraction of the price. Undertack.com. That's under TAC, undertack.com. Offer code PAT20.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Ah, man. It's amazing how many days we spend taking apart the lies that come out of this guy's face, isn't it?
Gosh.
Either him or KJP, who we kind of gave up on her because it's nonstop. You'd have to be doing every minute of every show.
It really opened up a lot of my afternoon time.
Yeah, not ignoring KJP.
I don't even watch her.
Yeah. It's kind of our theory with The View, too. They say so many stupid things on so many days that do we really need to cover it anymore?
It's been a devastation.
Oh, man. A devastating devastation. That's the worst kind of devastation to me. Maybe I'm alone on that. But I think the devastating devastation is the worst kind of devastation.
Yeah, I've never really noodled that one out.
Really?
But I'm probably there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should
those
probably
are bad.
think about it. Give it some thought. I don't want you to go willy-nilly into an opinion like that.
It's been a devastation.
Yes, it has.
Then, okay, at the end of this, is this still at the fire station?
No, he's still there, man.
Yeah, he's still there. But he didn't know exactly how to pose for the picture.
Such an awkward human.
Mr. Mayor, you definitely got to put a hand on that.
You do.
What are you going to do?
See ya.
He really asked that? Was he supposed to be in the picture?
Okay, if the President of the United States is standing there with you
Yeah.
and came to your firehouse
You would think you'd want him in
for this event, you would think...
You'd think you'd want him in there. But
So
maybe-
I don't... Actually, maybe you're right. Joe may have done them a favor by... I mean, he totally did the Homer Simpson play it again, like drift back into the bush move there.
Mr. Mayor, you definitely got to put a hand on that.
You do.
You do.
See ya.
Okay, I'm going to get out of your photo. Nobody wants me.
And now watch his eyes. Look at his eyes. His eyes are so vacant. Look at it. Look at those eyes, man.
Yeah. The lights are on, but nobody's
He will
home.
not. Okay, look. For whatever reason, health, forced out, whatever. This man will not, I'm going on record, he will not be president on January 19th, 2025.
Sure hope you're right. Because it would be bad if he is. I mean, really, really, really bad.
I'm saying he won't even make it to the end of his term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
Ugh.
I'm amazed, though, that they haven't just sat down with him and said, look, we're running out of time, Joe. We're running out of time.
Yeah.
We've got to have you step aside. Use whatever excuse you want. You know, it's not your health, but you don't feel the same passion for it, whatever. You want to turn it over to the next generation. Whatever your excuse is, use it and get out.
Yeah, they probably actually got him to agree, and it's probably like in the evening sometime, and they said, okay, cool, so it's confirmed, sir, you'll make this announcement tomorrow. Yeah. And then he went to bed and he forgot when he woke up. And he was like, what are you talking about?
That's entirely possible. In fact,
Seriously.
it's probable. Wow. All right, so do we have another plane exit?
Oh, so he's on the baby plane now? So this is where we were discussing Air Force One, the call sign and stuff. So Chris noticed he was taking the baby plane on one of his little jaunts
Really?
up in Philadelphia yesterday.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, so here is
He didn't do that traditional stop at the top.
This isn't it. No, this isn't. So 22 that is the baby plane?
Yeah,
okay.
This is the baby plane, but what we're looking for on this one was just showing you, like, weirdly, he decided to take a smaller plane.
Smaller plane.
It's possible that the airport they were flying into didn't have the capacity for a 747.
That's fair.
Listen
okay,
to you.
Jeff Fisher.
Jeff Fisher
Okay, Jeff
has
Fisher.
entered the chat. No, he's flying into Philadelphia because they don't have big runways in Philly.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so all right. So he
That's
was taking
different.
the baby plane. It was just an observation from Chris. But clip 19, Chris also noticed he took a very slow trip down the almost trip down the stairs. No, but he noticed how the what were you saying earlier? The Secret Service guy
was ready to
getting
rock
ready
and
to
roll.
catch it. Just watch the hands of the Secret Service guy behind him. It's windy.
Yeah, be careful.
Hey, watch this.
Be careful. Oh, boy. Oh, golly. Nope, just keep coming.
Okay, we good?
Don't get tricky, Mr. President. Just walk down the stairs.
That stop, man. What was that all about? Why do you stop halfway down just to look around? Is that a brain thing? You got to regroup?
No, that's I almost fell, and I'm just going to be like, ooh. By the way, notice that he's no longer wearing those balanced shoes we made fun of him
Oh, really?
yesterday. So play that back. Look at that. Normal shoes.
Oh, yeah. So he didn't want to be humiliated by us again. With the shoe thing.
Oh, he'd been listening.
I'm going to
You
get
hurt
rid
his
of
feelings.
at least that issue for them. They're not going. They won't be able to talk about that tomorrow.
You know what I'm going to do?
Wear different
I'm going to
shoes.
go talk about my life and death fire. They can't make fun of that.
No, because that's scary. And my wife almost died, and so did my cat and
So
dog.
did you, apparently, we learned.
And I almost died because I wasn't there.
Literally.
But I was with the famous guy
But the
at Meet
smoke,
the Press.
man, the smoke was like...
Literally.
The smoke was kind of like, it was like this.
That thick.
Like that.
So thick. It was the same size as the fish I caught the other day, which was that big and stuff. So.
Hold on.
It's thick.
It's interesting
big.
you said that. I was just
noticing
a tweet from Cougar Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Pathead tuning in. Joe only keeps his house fire story straight with the Corvette. He tells a story like let's see. He could tell a fishing story from catching a goldfish to catching a great white shark in a stormy sea.
Yep. It was a stormy sea on a clear blue
It was
day.
a gold. You told me it was a goldfish a year ago.
No, I meant killer whale sometimes.
What kind of bait were you using, bro?
Confused.
This guy.
I love it. You gotta love it.
Do you?
No, you don't. I mean, it's impossible to love this guy.
He had a busy day yesterday.
Yeah, because back at the White House, he talked about the horrors of October 7th.
Yeah.
which of course happened 65 days ago in Israel now. Here's what he said.
But we know this year's Hanukkah is different. It's been 65 years since the deadliest day of the Jewish people since the Holocaust. 65 years.
No.
Did you catch that?
No.
You okay, first of all, don't look at me.
Right.
Because I check out on the math clips. So I'm going to have to lean on you for this one.
Okay.
Has it not been 65 years since October 7th, 2023?
No, it has not been 65 years.
Okay.
It's been, again, 65 days. But he said it twice just to reinforce that it's been 65 years.
Right. You would expect that second time to be days.
Yeah, you
would
think.
just kind of calmly.
I just said year. I mean days.
Yeah.
Nope, didn't even get that.
Okay.
But we know this year's Hanukkah is different. It's been 65 years since the deadliest day of the Jewish people since the Holocaust.
No.
65 years.
No, okay. And they might say, well, he meant the Holocaust was 65 years ago. No, that wouldn't work either.
I was going to ask you, I'm not good with history. Was the Holocaust 65 years ago?
No, it was
wasn't.
not.
Oh.
No.
78-ish.
Longer ago than that. Yeah.
If that
Man.
sucks.
Oh, wait, he was on teleprompter also.
Oh!
Because the teleprompter was in front. Play that back again, Joe.
Oh, I hope
Oh, my
somebody got in
gosh.
trouble.
For
But we
putting
know
years
this year's
instead of
Hanukkah
days.
is different. It's been 65 years since the deadliest day of the Jewish people since the Holocaust. 65 years.
Wow. And it's every day. That's the beauty of it, isn't it? That's the beauty.
He will not be president at the end of this term.
Well, it can't be.
One way or another.
Seriously, it can't be America if this country elects this guy or allows him to continue as president. It can't.
Yeah.
It's out of control now. It's out of control. And Democrats have to be, they're aware of this, and that's why so many of them are panicking. And some are even saying it out loud because they know he can't do this job for another 4 years. They know he can't even make it, I don't know, who knows, 4 months. Meanwhile, we have this development on the Biden impeachment front. House Republicans are securing the support they need to pass a resolution today, actually tomorrow. They're to formalize the impeachment inquiry. They say an official vote authorizing the inquiry will give them stronger standing to enforce subpoenas in coming court battles. Does anybody remember the process with the Democrats, the 2 times they did this to Trump, being this elongated? Well, we're going to do an inquiry into the impeachment proceedings. Now we're going to do a formal decision on the inquiry to do an investigation into the impeachment hearing.
Bro.
Now we decided to do the inquiry for sure, but should we proceed with the articles of impeachment? We're going to look into that.
Listen to this.
Jeez, come on.
So the Democratic House of Representatives impeached Donald Trump for the second time for incitement of insurrection, right? So they do that on January 13th, 2021, exactly 7 days after January 6th, to your point.
Yeah, right. They just got on it. They just did it. Immediately just did it. But we're going to think about putting a committee that might involve an inquiry into the impeachment process. Okay, now we decided, should we formally make the committee part of the inquiry process to do the hearing about the impeachment?
We got to do fact-finding.
Come on! Just get it done. This is why I don't consider myself Republican anymore. One of the many reasons, but they're so inept and incapable of actually taking any serious, thoughtful action.
Right.
Several Biden district Republicans who previously voiced skepticism of impeachment on Monday said they do now plan to vote for the inquiry. And so the inquiry is tomorrow. Yay! Man, this thing's moving right along, and at blazing light speed.
Incitement of insurrection.
Yeah, it is. It's almost too fast. Takes your breath away.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Few tweets here. Sons of Thunder 43. I keep forgetting Joe is president. I wish we could all just forget it. Jimmy Dimples.
Forgetting I'm president.
Jimmy Dimples tweets, Biden seems more like a creamed corn person than one for corn on the cob. Yeah, the creamed is a little bit easier on his dentures. Indy Hawkeye, leave Scranton Joe alone. He led Pickett's charge. He's a true hero.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Unlicensed pharmacist. Has anyone thought to ask why a man who had such a traumatic experience with his garage burning down, why thought that his garage was a great place to store classified documents?
Mm-hmm. Not a joke.
Not a joke. Load-bearing nameless cog? Uh-huh. The kitchen fire was probably the burner on Joe's gas stove. We better ban those.
Uh-huh. Yeah, by the way, we better be, that's right. Sonny Miller sent me this note. It's a great point in the clip we just played. He refers to a little 10-acre pond.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty big pond. We had a little 140,000-acre pond.
Man of the people. Joe Biden with a 67 Corvette and his 10-acre pond.
Anna for realty. Come on, guys. Our president speaks Klingon. It's common knowledge.
Oh.
He learned it when he was on a peacekeeping trip to the neutral zone.
Look, Pat, look.
Look. Fat. Look. From Muffer Squish, Joe must have taken a storytelling class from Brian Williams. A lot of people have forgotten the whole Brian Williams affair.
Yeah, what was he fired on while he was
making
landing
stuff up
or something?
Yep.
Where was it? Kosovo? Where was he?
Was it Iraq? I don't know. But he wasn't there.
Right, he wasn't.
Lone Wolf 2965. Maybe if lightning is striking your house on a clear, sunny day, you might want to consider that God may be unhappy with you.
You're right. Yep.
Yep, it's true. Today, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is making the rounds. He's trying to get more money, of course, out of us, trying to extract more blood from a turnip. Just ahead of his rival, he apparently made it known that he doesn't like politics in America slowing down his gravy train.
Oh, poor guy.
Darn it. What's the matter with you people? Get the job done.
Okay.
Here he is, cut 6.
Let me be frank with you, friends. If there's anyone inspired by unresolved issues on Capitol Hill, it's just Putin and his sick clique.
What?
They see the dreams come true when they see the delays or some scandals, and they see freedom to fall when the support of freedom fighters go down.
Oh, boy. Well, there you go. So if you're holding up his $60 billion, you're a Putin lover.
Oh, so that was
He's
the last
playing
time.
that game again.
Okay, so that was last time he was here. I'm sorry. I thought that was just yesterday. I was like, why is he speaking English? But I just noticed that was his last time he was here.
Did he actually? Wait, what was he wearing? Did he?
A Washington, D.C. shirt.
Let's see that again.
Let me be frank.
Oh, Ukrainian. What is my
Yeah,
deal?
okay. All right.
I'm going blind.
I mean, the guy is incapable, apparently, of putting on something appropriate for the moment. I mean, you're meeting with world leaders, you're meeting with heads of state, and you come in these goofy wardrobes. Can you put on a suit and tie just to show you're serious for a minute? For 1 minute.
Oh, wearing a suit and tie doesn't mean that you're not. That doesn't mean you're serious necessarily.
He's a wartime president.
Yeah. So that's why he always dresses in camo. Because...
What was he hiding behind there? A podium?
Let's see.
Can't see me. Of course, I can't see anything, apparently. Yeah.
I don't know.
Ukrainian.
Crazy. It's just, and, so today he's going to guilt them into believing that if you're not giving me this money I'm demanding, then you're a friend of Putin. So he's playing the same game that the left is playing right now. Oh, the worst. Or maybe the left is playing his game.
Oh, by the way, we have a new prime minister in Poland, and he's apparently a far lefty. So the first thing I saw come across last night that said something like how he is he wants closer ties with the EU. He's totally fine with migrants pouring in from far reaches of the planet. And then I see this morning, a quote just in: Poland's Prime Minister Tusk demands, quote, full mobilization of the free world, the Western world, to help Ukraine in the war against Russia. Cool. Cool. So now you've got the new leader of Poland.
Yeah.
Ready for
That's good.
more war.
It's good.
What's going on?
Hey.
How are you?
Hey.
You got a visitor in here.
What would you say if I had videotape of Lindsey Graham?
Wait, that's dangerous already.
Okay, Lindsey Graham in Ukraine, talking to the leadership of Ukraine with the soldiers, okay, saying next year, we are going to back you up. We're going to stand with you, and we're going to teach Russia a lesson.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't want to steal your thunder.
You know this?
I'm pretty sure I know this.
What would you say if we had that, where he was saying, next year we're going to railroad you?
What year was this?
Yeah.
Would be my
2016.
question.
Right.
2016. Have you seen that?
I have not.
Okay. He's with John McCain.
So we know it's not AI.
No, it's not AI. Okay. 2016. It's been out since 2016.
And
Where
just
they're
resurfaced.
Yes. Well, a friend of mine who is Bulgarian.
Oh,
you were with him yesterday.
Yep.
A friend of mine who's Bulgarian has been saying this whole thing is a setup forever. Yep. Okay. This whole thing. What do you think is going on here? What do you think is going on here? And so he said, I just saw this because they watch old, news and everything else, and from this is translated, but he's speaking in English. Obviously, he and John McCain, and it appears as though Trump screwed this up. This is when they're thinking that Hillary is going to win.
Yeah. And they'd be free to go in.
Be free to go in.
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
Interesting, isn't
it? Very interesting.
Hate this kind of stuff because
as it seems.
Hate this.
How do you have 1 ounce of belief in the government anymore? How? They're making it
Your Honor,
impossible for us
I had
to
nothing
trust
to
them.
do with that conversation with Pat Gray. It was all him. I tried to stop him.
You can scream that all the way to the gulag. Nobody's going to buy it.
We should make a new Hogan's Heroes. Except it's, set in contemporary times.
Can you believe how bad this is? That's incredible.
Incredible.
You remember when, what was it, 2009, 2010, we were really into Muse. And
I just listened to it again.
I just broken Muse out again in the last month or two.
Me too.
It took me a long time to get over the fact that their music was the opposite of the way they actually felt.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, I thought, okay, you've just made everything you've written and sung about irrelevant.
Yeah.
Because you don't believe it. You're pro-Marxism, you're pro-socialism, and you're talking about freedom?
Yeah,
that
they have
doesn't
no
work.
idea.
But listen to the words again of Uprising, where they talk about we will not, will not force us.
So you and I, every year I change the theme.
Yeah.
Okay, and we've kind of changed that up a bit. But this year we were talking about a total rewrite. Instead of just an update, total rewrite of a theme. And I thought, those are the lyrics that should be used.
Yes.
Yes. We will not be humiliated. We will.
Yeah. You will not degrade us.
You will not degrade us.
You will not control us.
Yes.
Well, that's exactly what they're doing in
I know.
every imaginable way.
I know.
It's gotten so much worse
I know.
than when they were singing about it.
And to your point, Glenn, this was December of 2016.
Also, it was after the election.
So
Wow.
Lindsey Graham and John McCain had full confidence that Trump's going to come in there and continue.
He's just going to play the game.
Let's goad Ukraine into this aggression.
But doesn't that go right to
exactly
what George Bush told me in the Oval Office?
It does. Yeah, the next president will behave very much the same way.
Everything that I'm doing now because he'll have the same advisors and he will be told and he will understand the president really has no choice.
Because of the deep state. That's not what he said.
But Trump didn't play ball the way people like Lindsey Graham thought that they would.
Exactly right.
Fascinating,
isn't it?
I didn't realize that was in December, though.
So are you playing that?
Neither did I.
Are you playing that video in the first hour?
I'm playing that video today. Yeah.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Wow. That's...
May I change the subject?
Chilling. Yeah.
Review of Godzilla.
We went to Godzilla last night. Godzilla Minus One.
Yes.
I didn't even know until you mentioned it the other day that there was one.
Right.
It was surprisingly good. Surprisingly good.
Huh.
Because, it's a Japanese production, and I remember the Japanese productions
it's the same company.
Same company.
Same company that did the Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That did the originals back in the 70s or whenever?
It has the original. Do you notice it was the original score as well?
Oh, I didn't
all the
notice
original music, everything.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Except this time it's not overdubbed in English. You got to read the translation. It's all Japanese.
But it's
authentic,
good.
and it's really good.
It is so, it's really good.
And
Stu both went. Neither of them are, I'll read subtitles.
Thanks for the
I'm
invite.
used to it because I'm so damn blind now and deaf.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's cool. I'm not even listening to the review now because I'm a little bit jealous.
Huh.
Well. It's weird because
we couldn't think of anybody else.
I asked
that we're
you, I
friendly
said,
with.
is there anyone else that I care about?
I can't think of a single person.
Marginally care about.
No, and nobody came to mind. So
unfortunately, Glenn, there's a lot of truth to that.
Well, the only thing that I was disappointed in was that that's not the sound. I loved that sound.
No.
I know you have
it's
to
actually
have
better.
That sound.
The sound.
You know how they made that, right?
It's a much more formidable and intimidating roar.
Didn't we play a video one time in overtime about how they made that sound?
Yes, we did.
With a glove against a standing base or something, slow motion or whatever. It's really cool. You can look for it.
It is. But that's not what they did this time.
No.
What did they do this
But
time?
it was fun. It was good.
It was really
good. And apparently they got a series planned, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, that ending.
Okay, now we're getting into Glenn Beck give it away territory.
No, I'm just
before
saying.
anyone gets to see it.
No, it's a great ending. It's a great ending.
It is.
It's a great ending.
Yeah.
Well, leave it.
It's a pretty darn good movie.
I was shocked. I was shocked to see him turn into a giant butterfly at the end. But I guess
right. See now.
Now
the entire movie.
Did I say the butterfly thing out loud?
Did.
Are we?
You did.
Oh, we're still on the air.
It was M. Night Shyamalan sort of surprise ending. Took you somewhere else.
Godzilla, as he turns into a butterfly, he says, "I see dead people
in a village."
It was in a village. It was weird,
and it was 1814 the whole time.
Wait, the entire time. Now,
weird.
I'm
and we're
be
like,
trying
they
to
didn't have planes back
I'm
then.
I'm going to try to figure out the butterfly angle now for 2 hours while I sit through this thing.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to give away the butterfly thing. So,
man.
Darn it. Well, what are you going to do? It's out now.
Shoot.
It's out there now.
Doing it?
I don't want to spoil it.
Too late.
But he stomps on cities.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You didn't tell that
I
part.
just said it again. He's a lizard. Whoa.
What?
What's up?
And maybe a remnant of dinosaurs.
Maybe. Don't know.
Don't know. Don't
Something
really know.
to do with radiation, too.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Glenn.
All right, goodbye.
We'll be watching for that. The Lindsey Graham next to John McCain as they plan out the Ukraine-Russia war. All right. Let me take a minute and tell you about My Patriot Supply. The truth is, if you can handle the truth, the clowns running this joint live for chaos. Many of our problems could be solved overnight, but they just let them be. Destruction fuels them. So if you can handle that truth, you need to visit my website, preparewithpat.com. You'll get 60% off a much-needed 4-week emergency food kit from My Patriot Supply. 4 weeks is the bare minimum, I think, is necessary. Actually, the 3-day supply, if you could just get a go bag and you have that ready for 3 days, That's a good start, but the 4-week supply is a must. Country's largest preparedness company, My Patriot Supply, they're giving you a fighting chance to survive any eventuality. Sealed inside rugged packaging, these delicious meals last up to 25 years, and they provide over 2,000 calories a day. Eat right in emergencies with this 4-week food kit from My Patriot Supply. At this low price, you can get one for everybody in your family. Visit preparewithpat.com. Order by 3 o'clock this afternoon for free same-day shipping. Prepare right now at preparewithpat.com before total chaos ensues.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Meanwhile, here's a concern. Fox News had a report on China's cyber attacks on America. Check this out.
Post reveals hackers affiliated with China's People's Liberation Army have infiltrated critical services here in the U.S.
Alexandra Hoff joins us now from our nation's capital. Alex, this is not good.
No, it's not. I mean, this infiltration appears to be part of a broader effort to insert chaos into our logistical systems.
What?
The information collected could then be weaponized if the U.S. and China were to become engaged directly in the Pacific. According to reporting from the Washington Post citing multiple U.S. and industry security officials, China's cyber army is invading critical U.S. services, like an attempt to break into the system behind Texas's independent power grid. Other victims include a water utility in Hawaii, a West Coast port, and at least one oil and gas pipeline, according to that report you're seeing there. Brendan Wells, executive director of the Department of Homeland Security Cybersecurity Agency, told the Washington Post this, quote, "It is very clear that Chinese attempts to compromise critical infrastructure are in part to pre-position themselves to be able to disrupt or destroy that critical infrastructure in the event of a conflict, to either prevent the United States from being able to project power into Asia or to cause societal chaos inside the United States to affect our decision-making around a crisis." The report notes that over the past year, hackers affiliated with the People's Liberation Army in China have accessed the computer systems of about 24 critical entities.
China's not an enemy.
Yeah, sure, right.
Oh, boy.
When are we going to prepare for this? When are we going to steel ourselves against, let's say, an EMP? When are we going to do the things necessary to protect this country from total destruction? Man, we're going to be sorry one day if we don't wake up and take some action.
You should focus on Ukraine, though.
Yeah.
If you don't send more of your money, it's like the end of the world.
Oh, you love Vladimir Putin. Why do you love Putin so much? If you love him so much, why don't you marry him?
Pat Gray Unleashed.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Wow.
Welcome to it.
That'll wake you up.
Yeah. It's loud. I love that noise, though.
That's so good.
I always love that on, it's like Saturday afternoons when the latest Godzilla movie hit television. Those are fun times. And the movement of their lips never matched the words because they'd overdubbed the English from the Japanese. And now they don't do that. They didn't do that in this latest effort.
I had a cousin that briefly lived with us, lived in the basement when I was growing up. And I remember going down there every Saturday morning, like you said, and he would have a Godzilla or King Kong movie on. And that, like you said, man, those are good times.
Yeah, good times. A more innocent time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Got some tweets here. Howard Newton tweets, with all of multiple explanations, former Vice President Joe Biden tells about his house and his house fire. I wonder if he'll be investigated for inflating property damages to defraud the insurance company.
Come on, man.
Sure.
They'd certainly do that with Trump, wouldn't they?
He estimated that his apartment in New York was worth more than it is.
Oh, my. Wow. Nobody else has ever done that. I'm glad they're going after him with such fervor. Fervor or verve? One of the two. I couldn't decide, so I combined them.
That's good. I like it. Write it down.
Carl Smith, The fire was so traumatic to Joe because it destroyed his kitchen where the ice cream is kept. Oh, well, now that makes sense. Yeah. Eckerton Tom mumbles Biden reminds me of my aunt who had dementia. She constantly told the same stories over and over. You would think he'd be embarrassed by that if he has any cognition left at all.
Right.
You would be, I don't know, hesitant to tell the same story again when you know you've told it repeatedly. I mean, how many times was that, Chris? You put that montage
10,
together.
including
10 times
10
that we
times.
know of. 10. Come on. Plus, it's not compelling. You had a kitchen fire. Stop it. It's like a grease fire in your pan. That's what you had. Jefferson, July 4, tweets, the GOP is considering giving Joe Biden a full demerit. That'll go on his permanent record. Oh, wow. You don't want to do that. That's too harsh. That's like unconstitutional, cruel, and unusual. No. From Bob Loblaw. If congressional aid to Ukraine ever dries up, Zelensky might resort to his old on-stage comedy routines for cash.
Oh, my gosh. Have you ever seen any of them? I mean,
I have not. Well, yeah, I saw the one where he pees on the piano or whatever.
Did he pee on the piano?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, no, that's right.
He played
that's
it with
right.
the dong.
He played the piano with his
I mean, they are
noodle.
so not funny. And
Not
they're
funny.
so just gross, man.
Yeah.
But send them your cash.
Sure.
Or you love Putin.
60 billion more. For Spaniel Mom, where's my Jeffy? I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, well, no, take it out with him.
Yeah, we invited him for the whole week.
I guess there is a breakfast buffet, you said, in his neck of the woods?
Apparently, and that's what kept him away, obviously.
Man, that's a shame.
Whatever.
Arriba, arriba! He'll be here tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
He better.
He's supposed to be here tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. As the left ramps up their efforts to abort babies, it's time to ramp up our efforts to save babies. Yes. So please include saving a baby's life on your Christmas list. Wouldn't that be one of the best gifts you could possibly give? The best gift you could give? And because of our partnership with Preborn, an organization that has rescued over 270,000 babies, you can do just that. Every day, Preborn's network of clinics rescues 200 babies as they compete head-to-head with the abortion mills like Planned Parenthood. What they do is offer an ultrasound to the woman considering abortion. That ultrasound changes everything. More than doubles the chance that the baby is going to be born alive, because after all the pressure the woman gets, after being told the propaganda that that's not a baby anyway, it's just a clump of cells, don't even think about it that way, this is too inconvenient, this will ruin your life. Well, they see the baby, and that changes everything. For just $28, you can save a life. That's what the ultrasound costs. And right now, through matching funds, your tax-deductible gift is doubled. And because Preborn supports both mothers and babies with diapers and car seats and counseling and all kinds of things for up to 2 years, you are offering double blessings. Now's the time to put your year-end write-off to work. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword baby, pound 250, keyword baby, or go to preborn.com/Pat. That's preborn.com/Pat.
And there were in the same country shepherds, abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them. And the glory of the Lord shone round about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not. For behold, I bring you tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be a sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host praising God, and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill toward men. That's what Christmas is all about, Charlie Brown.
This is Pat Gray.
Speaking of Christmas, yesterday we showed you a really cool video of a guy. What's the guy's name? That did the Toy Story.
Benny Johnson?
Yeah, Benny Johnson. He set up this really cool free toy shop for the poor kids in America's poorest little town. And so he did this charitable thing, and he's getting all kinds of flack for it.
What?
Yeah, and so is MrBeast getting flack for his charitable contributions to the world. The left is coming at him like crazy. And so Bill Maher, once again, defended MrBeast and his charitable actions lately, because MrBeast and Bennett are both being attacked for these works of charity. They're like, because they're white, I guess. They're condescending. They're appropriating. Who knows what they're doing. But MrBeast is one of the most popular social media personalities, maybe the most. He's got 46 million followers on Instagram. 46 million. He's got 90 million on TikTok.
And we're just behind him.
And 217 million on YouTube.
The rankings just came out for YouTube.
Yeah.
He's number 2.
Wow. Who has more?
Some guy in India.
Wow.
India's got a big population base to draw from.
I think he's like all his cousins are following him on
I would
on
like
YouTube.
to point out that I saw children of multiple races in the Benny Johnson video that we played in overtime yesterday.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the heck this is all about.
I don't either. But, MrBeast has been criticized. His real name is Jimmy Donaldson. But he's been attacked for things like rebuilding homes for tornado survivors in Kentucky.
How dare he?
He gave $20,000 to random people in need. He's raised funds to rebuild a children's home in South Africa. He raised $2.7 million for clothes and food and sent humanitarian aid to Ukraine. That's how the Ukrainian aid should be happening.
Mm-hmm.
Private individuals sending money because they want to, and they're being charitable. Last month, MrBeast constructed, he's gotten so much flack for this.
What?
He constructed 100 wells to provide clean drinking water and help 300,000 to 500,000 people in Cameroon, Kenya, Somalia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe.
I can't wait to hear the flack he's got.
All right, you're trying to think, well, what the hell?
Yeah.
What could piss them off about this?
I can't wait. I haven't heard this at all.
This is performative altruism.
Oh, my.
He's a performative altruist, so he's doing it for show.
So hang on a second. If he just helped out people that looked like him, were in his immediate area.
Yeah, would it be okay then?
Would that be okay? Because they would say, well, why don't you go to a place like Africa and help out people there? Do you have something against Africans?
Yes. There's no winning here.
Win with the left.
No
Don't
win.
even try.
Yeah. It's been so intense that Donaldson himself, MrBeast, was concerned that he might be canceled for providing clean drinking water to impoverished people in Africa.
Unreal.
Sarah Kaba-Jones, the founder and CEO of Face Africa, claimed it's kind of frustrating. Overnight, this person comes along who happens to be a white male figure with a huge platform, and all of a sudden he gets all the attention.
What?
Okay, he got attention for this, and now you're pissed at him for saving people's lives?
You're punishing him for his race. Are you hearing yourself?
And get this. He also did, and I think you talked about this, Chris, he did this thing with people with cataracts.
Yeah.
Where he paid for their cataract removal. And, they got the lenses in their, the permanent replacing lenses that just change your vision forever. It's why I don't have to wear contacts anymore. So he did that for, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of people. Here's what BuzzFeed said. MrBeast seemed to regard disabilities as something that needs to be solved.
Oh, my.
Are you kidding me? They are. For most people, I mean, who says, yeah, I don't want any help. I love these cataracts. Are you?
I don't want to see.
I'm good. I don't want to drive. I don't want to look at the internet. I don't want to see where I'm walking.
Wow.
You can't do a single thing without being bashed by these communists. In his rebuilding of an orphanage, MrBeast was lambasted as a white savior.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, he's got that white savior complex. He's white, and he's going to help these people of color, the bastard. So even Bill Maher defended the guy. He said, can we at least agree that giving is good?
No.
And that's the thing, Bill. No, we can't anymore. Welcome to reality. Thank you for noticing this. Bless your heart. I'm really glad he's noticing this. But this is the way, I mean, this isn't a new phenomenon. They've always been this way on the left. It might be more intense and worse than it's ever been, but this is the left. And he did declare, Bill Maher declared that disability is something that needs to be solved. Nobody wants their disability, right? I mean, if somebody can cure you of blindness, who wouldn't want that? Nah, you know what? It improved my hearing. My sense of hearing is better, so just leave me the way I am. Would you do that?
I mean, if these people who are criticizing this man for the most asinine reasons, if you went to them and you said, if MrBeast made a 60-second video that reached his millions upon millions of followers and said, hey, I think we should do something about people with cataracts and dig wells for people in Africa, and here's how we do it. We confiscate more of your hard-earned money from your paycheck under threat of force and have the government go ahead and take care of it. Who's with me? Would these people be like, oh my gosh, that is genius. Yes, yes, yes!
You know they would. Yeah, if government can do it, they're all about it. That's perfectly acceptable.
This world sucks.
Oh my gosh, it's just...
And by the way,
it's so incredible.
I don't want to make it worse, but the IRS has actually targeted MrBeast.
Oh my.
And has interrupted a podcast because they went to his home and did not find him. So they went to the podcast and asked him questions about his income and why he's not reporting all of his income. He's like, because I give it away. And they're like, well, do you know that you have to pay, if it's over $15,000, you have to pay a tax on that? He's like, yes, and I pay that tax when I give the money away to them. I don't keep any money.
Wow,
I just give all my money.
Amazing.
That was a year ago. The IRS came to him and said,
tell you what, man.
Why are you giving money away?
That's just evil. You're just evil.
Let's all in unison just remember in our minds what Elon Musk said to Bob Iger last week. That's our message to the IRS.
All right.
Go make the sex with yourself.
Hug you?
No,
Hug you?
No, go make the sex with yourself.
Yep, that's a good way to put it. Go make the sex with yourself. And then get back to us afterwards. Or don't. That might be even better.
I don't want to hear from the IRS. Don't encourage them.
So as we approach the new year, it's time to think about becoming a healthier and more energetic version of yourself in 2024. If you're dealing with low energy or you gain some extra pounds you can't seem to shake off, the issue might be your liver. You'd never think of that, right? Your liver is really important for staying healthy. It does more than 500 really important jobs. Probably does more work than the entire Democrat Party put together. Actually, it could probably run as vice president. So you got to help it. Run faster, because 1 in 3 Americans are now living with a sluggish, fatty liver, and all of that booze and carbs, you know, the mashed potatoes and gravy, all of that stuff doesn't help. So go to GetLiverHelp.com. Chris, you've done this, right? Have you gotten yours yet?
I've got mine. I got it on Monday.
Okay.
Yesterday.
So
I'm excited to try this.
It's going to slim down your liver. I don't know that it actually.
I have a fatty liver.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. 100 million Americans have fatty liver. But Liver Health Formula can help. It's got 11 powerful botanicals that recharge and protect your liver. Go today, get a free bottle of omega-3s to help keep your heart and brain healthy, too. GetLiverHelp.com/Pat. Go there now. Claim your free bonus gift. Don't miss this chance to start the year feeling your best again. That's GetLiverHelp.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Getting sleepy in here, huh?
Yeah. Little Christmas lullaby type thing. Not nice. What song is this? I don't think I know it.
Wintry Wonders.
Wintry Wonders? All right. Got some tweets here. Mother Stink Eye tweets. Will the Godzilla yell be Jeffy's new intro? Seems appropriate. From Alex, Jeffy was going to come to the show today, but he was tired from going to the movie with Glenn, Pat, and Stu. No, he wasn't there, so that can't be the excuse.
Why wasn't he there?
He just wasn't invited.
Oh, I know how that feels.
Yeah. I mean, again, we couldn't think of anybody else. Who else would we want to hang with? And nobody came to mind, so...
I'm not bitter, I'm just saying.
Booger Hook, smallmouth bass. Pretty sure the whole Godzilla franchise is all about the anti-nuclear movement.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think so. You Ain't Country, but I thought it was those darn white supremacists and Catholics that were planning to attack the power grid. Weird. Nope, just China.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
Lumbee IT department. I don't know why China is trying to hack us. They could just ask Nikki Haley for the password.
Oh, nice. I like that
I'm not
tweet.
concerned about China.
Nikki Haley, Eric Swalwell. They got some ins for the password, you would think. Sarah the Roma with the left. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Yep. Nothing makes them happy because they're miserable people. And from Where's My Pudding? How dare MrBeast bring clean drinking water to people in Africa? How are they supposed to make sad commercials about the lack of drinking water in Africa now?
Seriously.
Yep.
Oh, no.
This must be Sarah McLaughlin.
Oh, no. God.
Please donate now.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wow, that's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Now I just
isn't her thing dogs though?
Sickly
or
dogs
pets?
in my mind.
I mean, you don't want to start promoting African health and welfare when you're dealing with dogs, right? I mean, so much more important than people. Did you see that Elon Musk is allowing Alex Jones back on the site?
Oh, yeah.
He brought him back.
Yeah, 70-30, the final vote. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That's how Elon makes big decisions. You know? I'm serious.
Vote on it.
He puts up polls.
It's democracy.
People speak.
It's democracy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad. I think that's a win for free speech. Yes. I saw some reaction on Twitter yesterday from somebody that said it was the Alex Jones thing was the only story that mattered, and we and Glenn were just ignoring it. I didn't ignore it. We actually planned to talk about it, but too many other things happened, and we didn't get to it. But B, let's not pretend now that Alex Jones is some paragon of truth. I mean, this is the guy who claimed that this building that houses Mercury and the Blaze was a CIA substation.
Oh, it's not?
Claimed that Glenn Beck is a CIA operative who actually worked not just with, but for the Obama administration.
That was fun.
Wasn't that fun?
That was fun.
The man that said Sandy Hook was fake. It didn't really happen. It was some sort of false flag operation. It's the same guy who admitted that what he does is performance art during a trial in a divorce proceeding with his wife. And so when it suited him, he wasn't serious about anything. That's all performance art. And so don't give me that. I mean, but again, he should be able to express his views, opinions, performance art, whatever it is, online. I'm all about that.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad Elon did that.
And I appreciate Elon going against the consensus, not the Twitter free speech consensus, but the mainstream consensus of keeping someone like Alex Jones out of.
You got to silence him.
Right. Free speech wins.
Right.
And
that's right.
That's the whole thing here. And I especially love it on the heels of last week when Elon Musk was like, you know what, you advertisers that are boycotting me over absolutely nothing, you know what, go blank yourself. And then a few days later, he allows Alex Jones back on the platform.
Which is going to be obviously super controversial.
Sure. But
he did it anyway.
I appreciate
Good
that
for
a lot.
him.
And people like Piers Morgan, what did he tweet out yesterday? Something like he was admonishing Elon Musk on Twitter. What did he say? I don't know. But I appreciate a Brit lecturing America about free speech. But yeah, what's the quote here? The truth about Alex Jones is that he's a vile, disgusting piece of work whose entire business model is predicated on fueling crackpot conspiracy theories for clickbait and cash, regardless, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
who cares, man?
Right.
I don't care. It's free speech.
Exactly right. Just like this was.
To feel what the children are feeling.
Right. Yeah.
God almighty.
Right.
Folks, we gotta get good people to stand up against these people. God. I probably shouldn't even have done this radio show today because I have this disgusted cover for how I just hate the globalists, but it's more than that.
It's more than that.
And I just get flippant and angry, but it's because deep down, folks, I can see what they're doing, and we have a responsibility to stop these globalists.
Stop the globalists.
Where are the men in this country? Where are the men in this world? What the hell have we become? We just offer our children up to the system with the fluoride in the water and the GMO hurting them, and we let fat perverts grab them at the airport to train them for the pedophile government.
Yep.
And we've just got such a sick society.
I mean, right? Some of that's true. We sure do have a sick society.
Man, I appreciate
no doubt about it.
Another voice with 1.7 million followers being against the left, speaking against them.
More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Less than 2 weeks away from Christmas now. Isn't that amazing? Sheesh. You got to order your cookies by the end of this week. You want them there for Christmas from Keksi.com, Keksi.com. Delicious cookies. The best on earth, frankly. Really the best on earth. The new, I think it is our number one bestseller when it's available, and that's the cinnamon roll cookie. You got to try that.
That's my breakfast.
Is it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good breakfast. It's the breakfast of champions, Chris.
I've heard.
So
I didn't want to say it, but I've heard.
Go to Keksi.com and get yours. And if you order by Saturday, you only have till Saturday, so hurry up and it'll be delivered by Christmas.
I appreciate you saying Saturday instead of December 9th. Okay?
Yeah.
But what if I'm local? Can I go after Saturday?
Yes. And get it for Christmas?
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Because I thought
if you're going to take it home yourself, I mean, I can't guarantee that you're quick enough to make it to the kitchen and then back to your house in time. But I'm assuming you could do it.
I was gonna drive, but I was afraid I had until Saturday to drive.
It's also cheaper to get them that way because
it sure is.
The shipping, man, the shipping is killer. As everybody who ships knows. I mean, do you remember when you could mail like an envelope package, if it was just a piece of paper, it would cost $25 to overnight it. Now what is it? 1,000?
Wow.
Inflation.
It's not 1,000, but it's a lot. I mean, anything you want to mail is ridiculous to go ahead and ship. It's crazy. Bronny James made his big debut in college basketball last night.
Oh, how did that go?
Well, he played for 16 minutes.
Okay.
Scored 4 points. So I guess it went okay for him.
And he's got a clean bill of health, right? We're good?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, good.
Otherwise, I wouldn't let him on the floor, right?
Sure.
Unless you don't want that. But it's been, 5 months? It's been 5 months since his cardiac arrest on the floor. Jeez. And I guess we still don't know why, what happened there. Was that they're calling it, he was born with some kind of problem, right? Okay. Because that certainly wasn't anything else that you might be thinking of right now.
I wouldn't.
Don't even think of it.
Nothing is coming to mind.
Okay. Good. It shouldn't. But USC did lose the game, 84-79 in overtime to the mighty Long Beach State University squad. Yeah.
So I guess his dad, I don't know if you've heard of him before, LeBron James?
LeBron.
Does that name ring a bell?
A little bit, yeah. I've heard.
Does he plays basketball too, right?
Is that what it is? I knew he was an athlete.
I know he's a social disruptor. I know that
right.
He likes. I know he's pro-China, communist China.
Yeah, they sure. Almost everybody in the NBA is.
I know he doesn't like America much.
Yeah, right.
White people. Anyway, but I think he plays basketball too. He showed up. In fact,
at the game.
Yeah, at the game while the national anthem was playing last night, and here's that arrival. What are you doing?
Oh, here he comes.
What are you doing?
Okay. Has his hat on. Doesn't take that off in respect. And he just sits down.
Exactly.
Everybody else standing for the national anthem. Not LeBron.
No.
Well, if you stand for the national anthem, right, you're standing for imperialism.
I see.
The patriarchy.
Okay. Patriarchy. What? Shout out to the patriarchy. So hold on. It shouldn't even been near a seat. When the national anthem starts, I don't care where you're at. You just stop and wait.
Right.
Just stop, man.
If you have any respect, that's what you do. Obviously, he doesn't.
But no, he's out on the court, walking to his seat, and as you pointed out, left his hat on.
Yep.
Sat down.
Yep. No hand over the heart, certainly.
I feel like
he bugs me.
I feel like he did it on purpose. Like, let's make sure we show up during the national anthem, or at least once he hears it, he's like, "Oh, we'll keep walking."
Could well be. I mean, certainly wouldn't be a surprise.
I just don't like him.
Yeah, me neither. Me neither. You know, I always wondered, why do you dislike him so much when Stu would talk about him incessantly? Yeah. Stu has a real thing.
Stu's the go-to on all things against LeBron James. Like, yes, he keeps it, and a lot of his, before all of the anti-American stuff really started with LeBron, Stu was sounding the alarm that
he was a leader on that pack.
Right, but he was saying, he was keeping it in the realm of like statistics and basketball.
Yeah.
And like in the debate of Michael Jordan versus LeBron James, greatest of all time. Now you add in all this recent stuff, recent years with the China and the race baiting online, and oh gosh, he's insufferable, man. LeBron, not Stu.
Right.
Stu's sufferable. I don't even know what that means, but we're going with it because he's not here.
Yeah, and it's a guy who makes certainly he makes the maximum in the NBA, right? 40 or 50 million, whatever that is now. And all this country has done for you, all the opportunity you've been provided, and still you've got this enmity for it.
That's what I can't understand about
I don't either.
People that do so well in this nation and then rip it to shreds.
Yep.
$47 million a year, or at least in 2024 he's going to make. That's not Shohei Ohtani money. The Dodgers giving him, what is it, $70 million a year?
Yep.
Okay.
But Keith, that's misleading because some of that's deferred.
Oh, it's deferred?
Yeah, some of it.
Deferred into my bank account?
No, deferred into his, just at a later date.
Okay.
I don't know. There's, they work all kinds of different jelly for these contracts so that they can afford to bring somebody else in to play the game.
We got to start working that phrase in more.
Working that jelly?
Working on that jelly, yeah. Because I don't think you're ready for it. But anyhow, Shohei Ohtani was the California. Listen to me, I'm old. The LA Angels star. He's like the Babe Ruth,
Played 6 years with the Angels?
Outfield and pitcher. Great at both.
I mean, when was the last time that happened in Major League Baseball? I can't think of one. I mean, it's been a long time, if ever, you've had a pitcher this good who can also hit this well. I mean, home runs and fastballs, they don't usually mix.
Braves fans, this one's for you. Rick Camp. Anyway, he hit a home run and
home run.
And I know it extended a game in extra innings, like 17th.
What was his batting average? I wonder.
It doesn't matter. But anyhow, what was the point? Oh yeah, so he's playing for the Dodgers now.
Yeah,
and that's the biggest contract
in any sport in history. Yeah. I mean, 700, pretty soon.
10 years,
Somebody's
700.
going to eclipse $1 billion. It's probably sooner rather than later.
Probably Jeff Fisher.
Could be.
What
could be?
What position do you think? Like, what sport and what position would you put Jeffy at? Where you can make the most money?
Wow.
Think offensive line somewhere?
Is yacht anchor a position in a sport at all?
He's yacht anchor a position. Look that up. Does that qualify, Chris? Do some fact checking for us. You got it.
Speaking of sports, Novak Djokovic was on 60 Minutes for a little Vax talk. Here's a guy I love. Just based on, I mean, he's one of the greatest tennis players in history, but just based on his sheer determination on this issue, sheer in-your-faceness to the powers that be on not caving in. He didn't want that in his body, and by gosh, I don't care if you boycott me, I don't care if I can come into your country and play in my tournaments that is my livelihood or not, I'm not going to take it. Anyway, here's a little Vax talk from him.
Your tennis is so precise and crisp. How do you handle it when you make these sort of errors and lapses, when you break a racket or when your emotions get the better of you?
Well, look, I've broken rackets in my life.
Thank you.
No doubt about it.
Who among us?
I'm not
You're right.
proud about that. And I'm ashamed of myself when I do that, no doubt.
Let it go.
But at the same time, I accept myself as a flawed human being.
Okay.
Djokovic found controversy of a larger scale in early 2022. Unvaccinated, he got an exemption to play the Australian Open at a time when the country was coming out of a long COVID lockdown. But after public outcry, Djokovic was deported, making for a global news event.
Jeez, man.
How much of a toll did that whole controversy take on you?
It did. I was basically declared as a villain of the world, and
You sense that?
Of course, and I had basically, most of the world against me. I had that kind of experience on the tennis court with crowds that were not maybe cheering me on, but I never had this particular experience before in my life.
Did you misread the Australian public and what the reaction would be?
I mean, which way did I misread?
They don't like exceptionalism. This was a culture that felt very strongly about vaccinations.
But the point is that it was not up to me to read anybody.
Thank
I
you.
got the exemption, I got permission to come into the country. And so, of course, it escalated to the highest of the highest levels globally.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You were not against vaccination. You just did not want it for yourself.
Exactly. People tried to, declare me as an anti-vax. I'm not anti-vax. No, I'm pro-vax. I'm pro-freedom to choose.
What a great response to that. Is that great? I mean, no more, no less than I should be free to choose what I put in my body.
Period.
And if I don't want the stupid vaccine, I shouldn't be forced into getting it, and I'm not going to be. Wow, that's really good stuff.
And I just want to, for the record, say you can consider yourself to be anti-vax and still want people to decide what they put in their body.
Yes, that's right. That would be a good description of Keith Melanek, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. 3 years ago, I wasn't.
You don't
anti-vax.
deny that title anymore, right?
No. So let's just. It's an updated title for me.
Yes.
3 years ago, I wasn't anti-vax.
Yeah.
But
right.
I was anti the COVID vax. Now I would say I'm. What is a briefer way to say, a more brief way to say vax suspicious? How about that? So I'm not anti-vax.
Okay. Yeah.
To a degree, I guess. I mean, a case can be made that, but I'm definitely much more suspicious of vaccines in general than I was before COVID came along.
Well,
and I think that's the damage that has been done by these witch doctors like Dr. Anthony Fauci, who thinks he's God.
Yeah.
And we were just supposed to blindly trust our government and our doctors that were pushing this, and employers that were forcing this. Who wouldn't be anti-vax to some degree now after that insanity and what the damage it's caused?
Yeah. Speaking of Fauci, let's not forget this.
You don't practice anymore, do you?
I don't. No.
Why?
Religion. He doesn't practice.
First of all, I think my own personal ethics on life are, I think, enough to keep me going on the right path.
Okay, yeah, because he is goodness itself.
I represent science.
Oh, this man.
Oh, man.
I don't know which one.
But that gives you incredible insight into why he made the decisions he made, because he's right about everything. And his wisdom surpasses all of us idiots in the country. He possesses all the knowledge and the wisdom and the goodness. And so he's perfectly authorized in his mind to make that decision for the rest of us.
Okay, I think I've got
He knows better.
I'm sus-vax. We're just going to go with that. Is that good?
That's good.
Sus-vax.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, who's more despicable in your mind? LeBron James or Anthony Fauci?
Anthony Fauci. Because
he's caused many more deaths.
Many,
for sure.
many more. Yeah. On a fun note, we were talking about David Attenborough yesterday.
I know.
It's apparently international law that he must do every documentary that comes out about the planet, about animals, about climate change.
And I'm sure it's just a complete coincidence that when I opened my phone, as soon as we were done with yesterday's overtime where we discussed him, there was a David Attenborough video clip that I thought, oh, Pat might like this animal video here.
That's an incredible phenomenon, though, that if you're just in your home, there's no microphones around. You're just in your home. You got your phones there, of course, but no other microphones. And you discuss something within the family. It's amazing how many times that thing that you discussed will pop up in an advertisement on your phone or your iPad.
Now,
how does that happen so often?
For me yesterday, it was in the, I think, Twitter For You column, which, in fairness, I do a lot of watching of animal videos on Twitter. So, but to your point, like I tell the example all the time. It's that homeschooling the kids. I remember we were talking about the Snake River in Oregon once, and opened my phone, cruise the Snake River.
My gosh, that's amazing.
Out of the
It's chilling,
blue.
is what it is. It's chilling.
It sure is. So, but anyway, I think.
But we've ceded all of that.
Yeah.
To the powers that be now, to tech in general, to the government. We don't care about it anymore.
Right.
Whatever. We lost that battle.
I was proud of myself for reading through some bank documents and reading the terms and conditions last week. So.
Good for you.
I used to do
How
that.
long was it?
It was long. I haven't done that in a long time. I used to do that with these apps and stuff.
Well, they discourage you from it by providing you with 40,000 pages of garbage.
Man.
Nobody has the time for that. So anyway, we've got a David Attenborough little clip to play for you here in a second. But first, let me tell you about iTarget Pro. You know, there's a lot to be nervous about. Open up social media, turn on the news. About all you see is crime and societal decay. Lots of us just run out and buy a gun, and then it sits in a safe somewhere. Well, if there's ever an emergency, you're not going to be prepared, and you run the risk of hurting yourself or others. So you need to train, and you need to train often to get proficient with your gun. Unfortunately, it's time-consuming to go to the range, assuming there's even a range nearby, and ammo prices are through the roof. It's super expensive. iTarget was invented so that you could practice anytime in the safety and convenience of your own home. You just download the iTarget Pro app, you load your caliber-specific laser bullet that they're going to send you into your firearm, and you start training. And you can practice alone, or you could compete with friends, or you can use it to safely train your kids. Safely train, because there's no live ammo involved. You're just using the laser bullet. So it's fantastic. Go to itargetpro.com. Get 10% off at checkout when you use the offer code PAT. Safest, smartest way to train. It's why competitive shooters do dry fire training, because it's safe and it's effective and it really works. So get yours today. The letter I, then targetpro.com, itargetpro.com, offer code PAT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right. David Attenborough with a crow.
With a crow, because we've talked about how smart crows are.
Yeah, birds in general.
Yeah.
You know, when you say bird brain, that's actually a compliment. They're really smart.
Yeah.
They really are, and crows are particularly smart.
Hey, fellas, try that today with your girl.
Yeah, hey, bird brain.
Bird brain. No, honey, what? It's a compliment. They're so smart. Look at this video that they had on Pat Gray Unleashed.
Here, once again, is Bran the Raven. He's extremely intelligent and clever at collecting food. I'm going to set him a problem. I'm going to take a little bit of meat, put it in this plastic bottle, and then, just to make it difficult for him, I'm going to crush the bottle.
What a jerk.
So it won't come out just by shaking it. Now then, Bran.
Looks around.
Right.
Incredible. Listen to this.
What he did was to take this bottle, put it in the water, and use the water to swill it out and collect the bit. And he did that in about 10 seconds flat.
Yeah, that's incredible. Problem solving.
Without hesitation. Like, that bird has done that. I don't know. I mean, it was a very unique scenario there. But clearly, he's already experienced something like that. Where he's like, okay, how do I get this out? Yeah, I mean, he looks around, predators, no threat. Cool, pick it up. Oh, look at this. How convenient.
Oh, there's a little pool of water here.
He probably decided what he was going to do before the guy opened the cage. And so we've talked about how they have the intelligence of like an 8 to 10-year-old child.
Right.
I mean, that seems like more than an 8 to 10-year-old child.
It does. I'm not sure I would have thought of that. I'd be trying to shake it out.
You have some scissors? Oh, screw it. I don't even want this meat now.
Right. I'll be blowing it in to make it bigger again.
Yes. So we had a story. I remember it was a hospital in Alaska. And you remember how a lot of people were reporting that their windshields were cracked one day in the parking lot, and security's like, what happened out here? Did people like attack these vehicles? And they went back and looked at the security camera footage, and they saw, I think it was multiple crows, or it might have been just one. But anyway, he was having a bad day and just decided to drop big rocks on windshields for like fun or something. Do you remember that? I mean, that was...
Yeah.
Vengeful little jerks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know.
I thought that was...
But smart.
So smart.
And interesting. And again, more proof that if there's anything involving an animal or the planet, you got to get David Attenborough. Otherwise, you've committed some sort of crime, some international crime for which you will pay a hefty price.
If that were anybody else, we would not have aired that.
Right.
Because it would have been like a violation of international law.
That's right. Yeah. So, and we won't promote illegal activity. So there you go. All right.
Did you want to play the, you said you like feel-good videos. Did you want to see Adam Schiff being confronted at the airport?
Oh, I do.
You want to do that one here?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Adam Schiff at the airport. Might have to read this here. All right. You should be ashamed of yourself. You lied to the American people. I just wanted to say that. Hope you lose your Senate race, which sounds like you will. And I hope you retire from American politics because you're a sick man. Thank you.
Nice.
And thank you for costing him a lot of legal fees with your subpoena.
Oh, wait. Is he talking about...
the guy who was talking.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
He had some personal experience.
It was personal.
Tie in there. Oh, wow.
So there you go.
Good for him for being, calm, but
do you
spoke his mind.
We had a big discussion one time. It was me, you, and Jeffy discussing the confrontation at an airport that Mitt Romney experienced. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he was effectively being harassed.
Yes.
Right? And chased around.
I think right on the plane, wasn't it?
It was on the plane, and then I think it was out in the terminal.
Yeah.
And I kind of went back and forth on that. I was like, I don't mind seeing that. And then you guys kind of brought me around to, I guess when you're following him in there and really being you're really being belligerent.
Yeah.
And stuff. That guy, he said his piece.
Moved on.
He's calm.
Mm-hmm.
Good day.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
If you're going to berate your congressman, that's a really good way to do it. He just showed his.
Boy, how tempting is it to go off on someone like Adam Schiff, though?
Oh my gosh!
I mean, there's a difference, right?
I don't know if I could maintain my composure with that, because that'd be really, really hard.
That would not be.
Oh, breaking news! What? Foreigner and Styx have announced their 2024 tour. Foreigner and Styx are going to tour together. That's a good concert right there.
But it doesn't get your guy.
No, it doesn't have my guy. But this guy sounds more like my guy now than my guy does.
Hey, so the Harvard University president, what's her name? Claudine Gay?
Yeah.
Looks like she's going to stick around at the university.
Even though they lost $1 billion?
Lost $1 billion.
And, wow, Penn lost $100 million just from one donor. So I don't know how many people.
Good.
I know.
Serves them right.
I think it's great.
Now, there's a controversy, though, with Claudine Gay, a big-time where she's plagiarized stuff, full paragraphs from things.
Oh, yeah, for the last, 4 years.
It's been going on. Definitely plagiarism, it's called, but I love this. This was just from recently. In a 6-year high, 27 undergraduates forced to withdraw from Harvard in 2020-2021 due to honor code violations. But that's exactly what she did, because plagiarism is an honor code violation at Harvard. And
And she's still going to keep her gig?
Yeah. So,
good.
Not going to be resigning. In overtime, we have a very important message, speaking of these presidents, from a celebrity who you'll want to hear this. He has a message for your congressmen and women and these presidents. Yep.
See you on overtime. And back here tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.